Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from asortofinterestinglife.com. You're joining me on board good old Narrowboat Tilly for a very quick podcast recommendation, and this week we are talking about another series that I can remember listening to years and years and years ago, and to this day it's just fantastic still, and that is the Classic Tales podcast. Now, this is almost more of an audiobook recommendation rather than a podcast series, as the title, The Classic Tales, really sort of sums up. This is a series ongoing of classic tales being read to you. And after years and years and years, BJ Harrison, who records and posts the podcast and also has a website, which I'll leave a link in the description to, selling audiobooks, and I've bought audiobooks myself from him. Edgar Allan Poe. A little bit dark, but fantastic all the same. But basically, it's a weekly series, and each week there's a podcast release that's recorded easily at a professional level. And you can imagine, again, after years and years of experience, a lot of experienced podcasters become really just absolutely pitch perfect in presentation style and audio quality and all the rest of it, and BJ Harrison is no exception to that rule. Just, again, fantastic professional level audiobooks delivered for free to your device, whatever you're using to listen to. I mean, you can't argue with that. So, one of the things that people may know about me is that I absolutely love old books and old stories. So obviously this being Classic Tales read to you is the ideal podcast for me personally. But I think that there's a lot to be gained from listening to a podcast series such as this, where it's highlighting and showcasing audiobooks and classic books that you would likely never discover on your own. And I certainly know that some of my favourite stories that he's read over the years have been ones that I would have never ever thought of listening to or reading myself if I'd have seen all of these potential books to read lined up on a shelf. So it's really it's that discovery mechanism of like showing you something almost totally random, but at the same time not totally random, because he picks good stuff. So again, I think that alone is reason to tune into this podcast, and perhaps you might not like some of the things, but perhaps other ones you'll absolutely love. There's some series, get my words out. You can tell I'm not a professional level podcaster. There's some books that he reads and some short stories that he reads that are slightly longer and might spread over a few weeks, maybe even a month or so. Then there's some episodes that are literally, well, this is the story this week, that's over, we'll move on to another one next week. And in some episodes, he even goes through a couple of very short stories. So again, there's so much to be found in this series. And like I say, he's got a website selling audiobooks. I'll leave a link in the description there. And again, I've bought from him, and I can't argue, it's just great stuff. So all round, I think BJ Harrison is doing some excellent work. So please do check out the Classic Tales podcast. This isn't an advert, I want to make that clear. He has no idea who I am or what I'm doing recording this on a boat, or even that I'm doing it at all. So I just say, this is, again, I just think fantastic. And well, check out my other videos for loads more podcasts and book recommendations, and I'm trying to do a few more interesting objects and things like that going forwards. So hopefully you'll enjoy these videos. Check out the other videos for hundreds of living on a boat videos too, all sorts of stuff. Until the next time though, have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it audiobook worthy, keep it boat worthy, and of course, farewell.